See.
All right, got it.
Hey, Matt Sitter here, CEO of AFN. I am very pleased to have with me today the winner of the Carpe Diem Award for our 2023 CEO Awards, Greg Cangialosi. The Carpe Diem Award is about looking at a challenge and seeing opportunity instead of a roadblock and understanding the market exceptionally well. Greg is a serial entrepreneur and led a venture studio in digital health, and he has started building Twilight, which really represents exactly what the Carpe Diem Award stands for. Greg, congratulations and good to see you.
Hey, Matt, thanks so much. And it's an honor to receive the award. I appreciate you recognizing me.
Great. Can you just describe a little bit about what Twilight's doing and your role in getting it rolling?
Yeah, sure. So Twilight Technologies, I incorporated it last year, right in the spring. And the mission of Twilight Technologies is to illuminate the caregiver journey. Myself, I'm a caregiver for my mom. I fell into that role, and I do say fell into that role in the beginning of 22, January 22nd. And by the end of 1 year of doing it, I got the burn inside of me that after experiencing the challenges, the lack of organization, information, all the things that I thought, like really, as I look back on 12 months, would be beneficial, would allow me to be an informed advocate for my mom or another loved one. I decided to put my builder hat back on and look at this space in general. And what I discovered, Matt, was like there's a lot of holes in the caregiving, infrastructure, and it's a crazy market that's growing like leaps and bounds. 65, what is it? That 10,000 people a day are turning 65. And so Twilight Technologies is building a suite of products. Our first one that I honed in on is called the Illuminator. And that technology allows anybody who's on Medicare, Part A or Part B, to see really quickly what their medications are, who their doctors are, what diagnoses they have, what a timeline of medical events, all the things that folks need to not only if you need it in the OS moment, right? All of a sudden, acutely. But my goal is to build a suite of solutions that allow people to preemptively plan for this more effectively, or at all in some cases.
For sure. If so, if we were to rewind and the Illuminator existed when you were going through what you went through, what do you think? How do you think your life would have been different?
That's a great question. I could say without a shadow of a doubt, because I validated this multiple times, that there's no way I would not have intervened, first of all, probably 7 months earlier than I did, before I really had to wrap my head around what was going on with my mom. So there's just that. When I had to transition her down here into Maryland and get her set up with all new healthcare providers and a new place to live, I had to pull in all the same information about 24 times. It felt like medications, doctors, and also trying to do that from 3 hours away, where she spent 30 years of her life, made it even more challenging. The word fax came up several times, as you can imagine. I don't have one of those anymore, but no, it was just really the organization and the assembly of the information that turns out you need a lot to properly advocate for somebody, or at least know what's going on with somebody, was all over the place, and we can do better than that.
Well, and you mentioned the demographic characteristics really making this a big need that we've got within this
Yeah.
country, and to be honest, in a bunch of different places in the world. What else do you think is going on that makes this the right time for Twilight? Whether it be a technological change or just government agencies, how you work with Medicare, what allows this to happen in a way that it couldn't before?
Well, there's a bunch of different things. First of all, this data is claims data that I'm working with first. The 21st Century Cures Act also put through legislation that means that payer, electronic health records and provider records all have to be interoperable as well. So that, combined with the fact that we're now in the advent of AI, I think really can be a game changer for the caregiver community. Putting tools like the Illuminator out there so people can track the health journey of their loved one. Having tools like AI be able to explain very complex medical terminology and jargon and bring it down to sort of a fourth grade level is now possible very simply. with the use of AI. And I think also just this transition, not only from things I talked about, but like there's now a focus on this market because as I mentioned earlier, the amount of folks that are getting on Medicare. We have an aging crisis in this country. There's not, there's a lot of problems that we need to address. And what I discovered being in the role myself is just that there's a lot of there's just a lack of basic technical infrastructure on the healthcare side. And so this is something I'm looking forward to launching here in the next couple of weeks. And my hope is that other folks who are, whether you're going to be a caregiver, which is ideal, the folks that I love to use this. But if you are one now, or if you're in a situation where you need to pull out this vital information very quickly, it's going to be launched and it's going to be free for a period of time. We're going to figure out the business model, but I just want people to get it in their hands and be able to get access to the information that they need when they need it.
Excellent. Well, yeah, we know there's demand for this.
Yes.
And you alluded to this, but the caregiver was who you're focused on. But it sounds like there's just a big hunger for people who may fit into this demographic set, but are still technologically savvy, being able
Absolutely.
to use this in a way that they can understand their health.
I'm glad you pointed that out too, because I mean, I think the real balance that I've had to strike here is that there's plenty of folks who are on Medicare who are, this is a tool for them too. And so it's really, I'm positioning it for both the Medicare member and beneficiary. Let them take control of their health information, let them organize it, and let them share it with whoever they want to share it with, whether it be their partner, their children, other loved ones, whoever they think. And again, being able to set the threshold of how much information they get are all things that I'm excited to see who uses it.
Great. And I got two more questions for you. One, if someone were to be thinking about a problem that they're seeing right now and starting a company or a way to solve the problem, any advice that you would give them?
Just in general on starting something?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always about looking at the intersection of technology and innovation. So I always look to, flip something on its head. If you're looking at something, try to look at it from a couple different angles. An example of this is when we were coming up with the Illuminator. It was like, well, there's a lot of noise in this stuff called claims data. Can we translate it, the signal through the noise, through technology? So I'm always just looking at, just different ways to solve the problem that may not be right in front of your face right now. I could go on and on about things to think about when starting a company, but resilience and grit, that's important too.
All right. Good deal. And then finally, when you're thinking about your journey, how has AFN helped you along the way?
AFN's been great. Our hub meetings are great. Our one-on-ones are great. I think I came into this when I was running the venture studio at Olive. So you've watched me go from running a venture studio, being an employee at a big healthcare company, to branching off and going, I'm going to start a company, not knowing what it was going to be last January, remember? And just did a month of research all the way up to where we are today. And, AFN's been a great support network for me throughout the entire process, not only in the hub meetings and not only with you, but also just the great network of folks that you've introduced me to, which then have turned into more great connections. And it generally I count on it every month for my sanity check and my own accountability for making sure I'm moving the ball down the field, and it's great fun too.
Great. Excellent. Well, you are definitely moving the ball. So congratulations. We're so happy we could celebrate you. Thanks, Greg.
And I really appreciate it. Thank you.